Here we are. We're back. We're back for the last Q&A of the summit. Oh my goodness, where has that gone?
I know.
Where has that gone? And it's just us two because we've just watched Veronika's awesome presentation on all things corner to corner, which there were loads of people in the comments went there saying, "Oh, I've never tried this. I've never been brave enough," or that they have tried it, but only the very traditional double crochet version, which we will talk about all the different options in a moment. But come on in, everyone. Debbie's back. Hi, Debbie. Julia's here. Carrie's here. All of you have been with us both days, all day. So thank you so much for joining us. Catherine's back again from Switzerland. Carrie said time just disappeared.
It has, indeed.
It did. Last time I looked, it was lunchtime, and now now we are here. Jan's here from Texas. Hi, Jan. Wonderful stuff. So let us know if any questions following on from Veronika's presentation about corner to corner techniques, how to manipulate stitches and stuff, because I think that's the thing that people will be perhaps a bit flummoxed by, is to how, which stitches will work and won't work, and how to go about that. But just seeing how all the different projects come together and all the different ways that I think lots of people think corner to corner, well, that's just a blanket, isn't it? That's the only thing you can make with it. But actually there's so many more things that you can do with corner to corner.
Yeah, definitely, because when you think you can actually create all the basic shapes, you've got your square, you've got your rectangle, you've got your triangle, so it is possible to use it for all sorts of different projects, not just your box standard blankets. So change the shape, change the stitch, and you've got all sorts of kind of the door opens to all sorts of different projects, like the shrug, or just using a triangle shape for a shawl, or even square, rectangle blankets, all sorts of things.
Yeah, definitely. Sleepy Bear saying, great class. It's amazing that many small patterns use this technique, it's just not called corner to corner. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. As long as you are working from one corner to another corner, then that is corner to corner. It's not to do with the stitch that you're using, is it?
Absolutely. Even though, you don't have to be working from corner to corner, as long as you work diagonally. Like when you're creating a triangle shawl, so I love the comments. It's like, oh, I've never tried corner to corner, and I'm thinking, like, you probably have, but you weren't quite aware that you're working diagonally from the first corner you started towards the other corner, but perhaps you didn't create the other corner because you stopped at the triangle shape. So I'm pretty sure if people thought back about the projects that they made before, they would probably realize they have done corner to corner before.
Definitely. Debbie's saying, I use clothespins and chip clips for multiple colors. Yeah. Organizing yarn is a thing in corner to corner, isn't it? If you're doing lots and lots of colors. I once did a commission for a magazine, and they wanted the traditional corner to corner blanket with a picture of a giraffe head on it, but the background being different striped colors, done in not a self-striping yarn. It was every row was but of course then you're going in this direction, and then you've got the part of the giraffe, and then you're going in that direction with the same color, and then you're returning it. The amount of ends on that thing, I cannot tell you. So yes, you have to be in charge of your colors, don't you? Bonnie's saying, I've only done the original. I assume the original type of corner to corner. The Lottie lace is lovely. Yeah, it's absolutely lovely, isn't it? Veronika, you're like, and that even just like, the bookmark, you can make it into a bookmark. It's so clever. It's so clever how you can use so many different projects.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the trickiest stitch patterns to convert kind of the corner to corner technique, working diagonally, increasing on both sides, because the only thing with that is the ratio it increases, because if you don't increase fast enough, you'll be essentially creating a diamond. So that's a bit of a pitfall there, but I've managed it.
Catherine's asking about charts. You read odd rows from bottom to top and even from top to bottom, but I've seen charts that read the exact opposite. Does it matter?
As long as you know where to start and what your start point and what your end point is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as you stick to the same direction. If you start from the bottom right corner and you read it towards the top left, then stick to that. Or if you start from the bottom left towards the top right, then stick to that direction. So essentially you'll be creating the same image, but just worked from different corner to different corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, very often, well, I'm hoping that most of the C2C patterns will tell you where to start and what direction to read it in.
Yeah,
but
it should tell you. It should tell you, shouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. I would say thank you. It makes a lot more sense now. Can't wait to try it.
Awesome.
Wonderful. New thing unlocked. Yeah. And then Shelley said, hi from Edmonton, Alberta. Sorry I missed the last few days. Work got in the way. Work. But settling in to binge watch.
Yay. Enjoy.
Saying, I love doing corner to corner. I didn't know you could do so many things with it. Yeah.
And that's the thing, what I said in a presentation. When we say corner to corner, people automatically think, okay, the classic double crochet stitch, square blanket, color work, but when you really think about corner to corner as a technique, it opens up so many different possibilities for designs and finished projects.
Definitely. Debbie's saying it seems intimidating at first. Took a few tries to get the turning down, but once it kicks in, I'm in love with it. Yeah, the videos help a ton. Yeah, it is that the feeling of, right, I'm going to turn and now I'm going to increase here and then I'm going to go back and work. It is a really different mindset of thinking, isn't it? Because you are working in rows, but they're diagonal rows, aren't they? And you have to really think about the direction you're going in. But once you get it, if it's a simple stitch repeat, you're fine, aren't you? I think it becomes more complex if you're using lots of color changes and stuff and you're having to follow a chart for the color changes as well. But if it's just like one of my shawls, that was a corner to corner, and literally once you've got it, you're away. And you can also make stuff to any size as well. That's the other great thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I do like corner to corner, because like you don't have to decide on the size of your blanket right off the mark, because you just start in a corner and just keep increasing both sides, and then as long as you're happy with the widths, then you can just start shaping it into either a square or rectangle. And that's even great for when you got limited amount of yarn. I found if you split your yarn in two halves from the start, from the get-go, give yourself a few percentages of breathing space. Don't voluntarily play yarn chicken. If you split your yarn in half, then this half I'm going to be increasing with, and the other half I'm going to start decreasing with. And then you'll have plenty of yarn to make a blanket that you can make with that amount of yarn that you've got, if it's a bit of a limited stash. Diving.
That's what I did with my shawl. I knew I only wanted it to be a triangle, so I was like, I'm just going to keep going until I know I can complete that final row with enough yarn to then squeeze my ends in, and it just became as big as it did. Because like with a short, like we were saying, like projects like that, you want it to use one skein, don't you? You want it to only use, you don't want to just break into the next one and not use the rest, do you?
Yeah, definitely.
And we have saying, I love corner to corner because you don't need to think about the number of chains, but then I don't know where to stop increasing.
The minute you're happy with the width, the diagonal width, you have to think, just stop. Start decreasing.
Stop when you're ready. Catherine's asking me color work in the corner to corner and carrying the yarn through. Where is it best spot to pull the yarn across to pick up on the next row?
It depends how far you need to carry the yarn. If it's a really short color change, like if we're talking about the classic C2C, if you need to carry it over like a couple of blocks, 2-3 blocks, I would still work over it so it doesn't show on the back. But the trick with that is give yourself enough yarn. Don't pull it too tight when you're working over it. For the long color changes, I would just cut yarn and rejoin. That's probably your best bet. I know it creates ends, but
sometimes it's worth it though, isn't it? Sometimes there is no other option. And actually, it depends on the project you're making, doesn't it, as to whether you're happy for the backside to look a bit messier. I think, if it's a blanket, if it's a baby blanket, something like that, it needs to not have long yarn floats and stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it depends on the colors as well, don't it? Some colors you can disguise pretty well. Some colors you can just see them a mile. So it depends on what how professional you want your project to look and how much you want to disguise the color changes.
But I would always have a go at having that, you know, have a go first, and then if you're not happy with the result, then you're going to have to break the yarn.
Oh yeah, I would literally go to any lengths to get rid of yarn ends, but yeah, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet.
TDC is saying, on my first project, I was surprised how thick it was using classic corner to corner with finer yarn, self-striping yarn. Yeah, that's true. Well, there are a lot of stitches bundled into that space, aren't there? If you do use the classic stitch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Catherine's followed up saying, what I mean is, where do you stop carrying it through so that it's in the right position for the next row?
Oh, okay. Well, that will entirely depend on your chart you're following. You could actually look a row ahead and perhaps carry that yarn unused within the current row to the point where you will need it on the next diagonal row.
That's what I do.
So that could be sort of a bit of a forward thinking, forward planning, to know, like, okay, I need to finish on, say, block 30, but when I'm to go diagonally up, but then when I'm coming down, I need to pick up this color on block 35. So you could obviously follow the chart, but then carry your yarn up to block 35, so you can then pick it up when you're coming down from the other corner, and it'll be there ready for you to pick up. So if you are good at kind of carrying your yarn at the back, well, it's not really back, is it? If you're good at disguising the yarn and hiding it amongst your stitches, then carry it up to the point where you will need it on the next diagonal row.
Yeah, it's just trial and error as well, isn't it? It's figuring out what works for you. Yeah, definitely. Oh, and Kimberly's been so lovely there. Thank you, Kimberly. You guys have done an amazing job on this project. Thank you so much for everyone, all the awesome inspiration and information.
Awesome.
Our pleasure. Thank you all for coming and joining us and being here and asking the questions and all that kind of stuff. That's what it is. Debbie's saying, I tried carrying black behind white, but the black definitely stands out. So frogging I went. Yeah, like you say, if there's a big contrast between them, it's so hard to disguise, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, some colors just don't get on.
And I find as well, some depending on what kind of drape you've got to it, how much space you've got in your stitches, what kind of yarn fiber you're using. Some yarns are just easier to hide ends and tails in than others as well. So it's kind of like there's not a one size fits all answer for that, is there really?
I find acrylic, because it's a bit grippy, so when you work over that yarn, it kind of grips it and it stays where it is. But when it comes to like cottons or mercerized cottons, they really just slip anywhere, don't they? So
so they're going to move so much too. Oh, lots of people are off and Moscow, our sleepy bear. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks, more than words to say. Your generosity and effort are greatly appreciated.
Awesome.
Our pleasure. And then David has said a big thanks to Hannah and Veronika and all the designers. Yes, we couldn't have done. We have to say thank you, obviously, to all of our amazing speakers that have joined us to bring all of this. Say, I've enjoyed these last 2 days. And I look forward to future summits. Oh, that's wonderful to know, David. Thank you so much. Awesome. Yeah, I can't believe that's it.
I know.
Oh, golly gosh. Yeah, thanks. Hopefully we'll be able to enjoy another one next year. Awesome. We'll recover from this one first before we start thinking.
Our brains need a bit of a break before we can think of the next one.
And let our voices recover and think. Yeah, definitely.
So don't forget to go into the Summit platforms, especially the free platform, because that one's going to be disappearing really soon. But if you sign up for the VIP, you've got a bit more breathing space, a bit more time to grab your freebie from me. So it's the Hot Bunny blanket, which uses the corner-to-corner block stitch. So not the classic C2C, but the 2-row block stitch repeat, where you create the 3 chain loops and then work the block stitches into those 3 chain loops. So I have managed to twist my brains and work out how to work that stitching corner to corner technique. So don't forget to download your freebie by signing up to the email list, and I'll send it over to you.
Amazing. Yes, absolutely. That needs to be done now. If you haven't downloaded your freebies, go do that now, because tomorrow it will all that information will disappear.
Yeah,
will all be gone.
definitely.
So unless you're obviously in the VIP, where that will stay for you. So
Forever. Yeah.
yeah.
And if you are on the fence about upgrading, then you have got a few hours, 9 hours. Is it 9 hours till midnight?
Yes.
Before
I don't know, I can't work it out.
I think so.
Yes.
9-ish hours, let's say. Before the price of the VIP ticket goes up. So it will be available for the next couple of days, but the price goes up at midnight tonight in Eastern time. Let's specify that one. So if you have been on the fence, whether to get the VIP, whether it's worth it, or I hope we convinced you that it's worth it, and our amazing designers, I hope they convinced you it's worth it to grab the VIP upgrade. And you can watch and rewatch all these amazing classes over and over again until yeah.
Absolutely. Wow, there we go. Thank you so much, everyone. If you have any follow-on questions from any of this, Veronika and I are always at the end of an email, so contact us if you have any questions, and we'd be very happy to help, and we will be back at some point soon.
Absolutely. Oh, and Julia, can I find it? I'm pretty sure it's in the VIP, isn't it? It's the presentation. I'm sure it is.
We'll check.
I'll double check. I'm pretty sure I put it in. I'm pretty sure I put it in, but I'll double check. And yes, of course it will be. It's part of the summit. It's part of the VIP ticket. So definitely it's going to be available in there. But we're going to sign off, and we're going to check straight away. Maybe I missed it. Did I miss my whole presentation?
Oh, lovely. Brilliant. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. And we'll see you again with something else soon, I think.
I think so. Yes. It's we'll definitely think of something, won't we?
Yeah, absolutely will. We will. Lovely. Thank you again, everyone. And see you again
so much, everyone. See you soon.